We've been missing you. We had some strange guy just pretending to be you.
Hello, everyone. We are back. We are in the last half of the last session of Everyday Heroes Apples to Oranges. Named... I couldn't really read the letters. There's a weird combination of letters and numbers. Top something. And... whatever it means is probably dumb, and we shouldn't think about it anyway. And let's pick up where we left off. The Sand Dog Millionaires here, the self-styled group of ragtag agents, well, honorary agents of pacts, peace and cooperation through, are now... well, not even investigating or on their way. They are well within the city of Najisim. I will copy and paste it for you all to follow along at home. Where things are interesting. It is seemingly abandoned. There is no one, even enemies lurking in the streets. They haven't taken so much as small arms fire, let alone anything with large arms like Bernard. And they experienced a weird sensation after really crossing into the city, where there's also vegetation present. While there's not as much as there was in the outskirts area, it's at least still here. And the city continues to get more modern the closer to the central tower of this ancient city. I mean, I don't say ancient like it's... it's probably old. Hundreds, maybe 1,000 years old, but it's not like, it's a 5,000, 10,000 prehistory, pre-humanity sort of thing.
Like the pyramids of Egypt old.
More recent than that, but details. This is the founding city of Lacuna, where people who came here first started out. They grew out from there, and the city was made more into a memorial that slowly would change over time to reflect that. Anyway, you are safely pulled over on the side of the street here. You have a fixed-up Casimir and each other. What are your thoughts, or what are your actions as you have... the rain has stopped. It's still cloudy. But the streets are a little slick. Everything just has that glow to it that you see in movies, because that's what they do, is they water everything down to make the lighting better. But anyway, that's everywhere. The rain has stopped, and so have you.
Yeah, making sure Fragment is whole. Bernard slips back up into the grappling hook cabin.
Okay.
And he'll go on Overwatch.
Okay.
Can we see the tower?
Yep.
Like, is it real close, or is it like in the distance where it's shrouded in mist kind of thing?
No, it's ahead. Traffic's pretty light right now, so you'll probably be there in 5 minutes.
So it's not like we're right next to it or anything, but it is a bit of a ways, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, you can easily see it. The light, if anything, the light from the tower is shining on the clouds above. And so while it's not raining, you can still see that this pillar of light and Lacuna society is at least illuminating the underside of the clouds.
The seedy underbelly of the city. I think there's no chance in hell they don't know we're already. So what's our plan? What are we doing? How are we gonna get in there?
Is the rocket launcher still working? We can make our own door.
It is.
I like the option, actually. Except that you don't know what innocent people you might be killing in the process, including the person we're supposed to get. I think they'd rather have that boy alive.
You think they got him stored on the first floor?
No, but if you collapse the building, that kind of defeats the purpose.
Well, we could also, instead of blowing the door in, and he gives like a wry smile and taps the side of the grappling hook, we could blow the door out.
Like pull it out, you're saying, with the truck. Or we could just climb the wall, like Batman and Robin.
John, while this conversation is happening, your laptop is throwing a fit. It's actually kind of like wobbling.
I think you've got a bad disk drive or something.
They don't quite work like that anymore. Hold on, give me a second. He like clicks the unseen pilot mode, and he pulls the laptop into his lap and he starts looking at it. All right, what's the problem? What do we got?
Your laptop is effectively having death saving throws going on right now.
Oh no.
So it seemingly was affected, kind of like you all, well, 3/4 of you all were. And it doesn't have the magic smoke coming out of it. But besides the fact that somehow there's actually like a rattle coming from your laptop, it is not doing very well right now.
Let's just hope it's not full blue screen just yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, is it your typical like, oh, now my screen has gone fractals and it's trying to blue screen? Is it like the hardware's like overheating itself? Oh. The other question I would have is does it look like the little spider bug is making death saving throws?
You don't see the little spider bug because your screen is like glitchy and blocky and is having a hell of a time right now.
All right. I'm going to try and shuffle as much of the data of it as I can onto my smartwatch as it's attempting to die.
All right. What I need from you to try and save your patient's life here, you're going to have to effectively hack your own computer, John.
Okay.
For Kincaid and Dr. Kent, the other two smarty pants heroes, you're seeing John act similarly. Maybe Dr. Kent to you over a physical patient, or Kincaid you over a machine that isn't even legs when he was in sore need of repair after the fight outside the gym. You're getting to see John here just do the classic stuff, like whether his eyes focus or not, maybe you can't even see. Like his hands are going everywhere. He's typing stuff. He might be making other motions on a tracker pad or something else.
So do I recognize that he is like trying to back up entirely too much data on entirely too small of a hard drive?
You recognize that he's trying to save the life of his laptop before anything else.
Okay. I have a plan here, which is the right tools for the job, which allows me, where did I put that? That I would like to use. It allows me to produce the perfect tool for the task at hand. I either brought it with me, had it brought to me, or just knew where to find it.
Oh.
The tool can be any piece of equipment that I can carry and afford. If it's a weapon, it's a fully loaded, and at level 3 I can create 2 pieces of equipment. So I'm going to dig around inside my mechanics overall, and I'm going to pull out like a 5 terabyte solid state drive that I lifted from the packed space. Go here if you need more space. And then I'm going to pull the fragmentation grenade out from the other side. Oh, this might be a helpful tool for later.
Trying
So
to
one fragments,
defrag the
one
hard drive.
defragments. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, Maddie! That was good.
Now wait? Is that was that like a feat or something, or is that a plan?
That is a plan.
Okay. I would like you to roll 1d100, please. $66.
There's nothing ominous about that many sixes in a row.
One might even say that was a route to something.
All right. Kincaid. You
I really
have
don't like it when you say my name and then pause like that.
You have a brilliant idea. The energy in your mind, as you suddenly realize that you have a 5 terabyte solid state drive and a grenade in your bag, you have unleashed so much thought energy that it manifests. And I want you to choose. I want you to choose 3 targets within 30 feet of you to take 4d10 lightning damage.
Well, I'm dead.
So I'm seeing these. Well, you said there was traffic on the road, right?
No, there's no traffic. It's just
He
you.
was making. Yeah, he was making.
Okay. I thought
There
you
might
said
be
there
like
was light
cars,
traffic.
as like cars through the ages. So like there's cars parked on the road, but it's like different models from different years of Lacuna made cars.
Okay, are these street lights surrounding us on the map then?
Yes, yeah, they
'Cause
are.
I would really rather not lightning bolt my entire party if at all possible.
Okay.
And your entire party would thank you for that.
Except the vampire, she can get shocked. I mean, no.
I tell you,
So
I'm
yeah, I
sure
think
my
I'll just
party
say that like half of these street lights just get blasted by the psionic lightning.
Okay.
Oh, that's probably not going to be great for the hard drive.
So yeah, like Kincaid, you go dig in your bag and you're like offering the red pill, blue pill to Fragment. Do you want the terabyte hard drive or you want the grenade? And there, all of you, there's just this cascade of lightning. It is the lightning and everything should have stopped. That was back there, and the lights around you just kind of and they go out.
What the hell was that?
No, seriously, this has never happened to me before.
That's what they all say. Again, there's a pill for that.
Well, I mean, look, premature electrocution happens to a lot of people. It's nothing to be ashamed about.
Does that energy surge like zap the battery out of my laptop as well, and it just goes dark?
Stop trying to make things worse for us. I'm doing a good enough job at that myself.
No, he directed the electricity outward. So you all probably have like the hair on you or something standing up on end. It's probably like a lot of static electricity. So if you want to do something with that fragment, either touch something to not static shock your computer, or do, I guess. So I'll say there's like some static in the air, but lightning just coursed out of Casimir and like into the devices around you. Your computer is still.
I'm gonna touch the frame of my glasses
Ow.
and then go back to typing away on my computer, trying to save it. Thank you for the thought, but I'm trying to. Oh no, wait, both of those aren't grenades. Yes, please, I'll take the drive.
Yeah, well, let's reach out to you. Oh, wrong one. Give you the drive. Grenade is the mechanic's little helper.
Fragment, I need you to do 3 things for me.
Okay.
First off, I need you to make a mechanic roll, a security roll, and a computer roll in that order.
Mechanics.
Yep.
8. Security. 15.
Okay.
Better.
Now with computers, I have this thing called a hacking kit.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the hacking kit gives advantage on intelligence computers or intelligence security attempts to defeat network or to defeat network security or steal data from a network. I assume that that's not going to apply here.
No, that absolutely will. You're effectively needing to hack your own computer
Okay.
Yeah,
in
you're
order
stealing your
to
own
in order
data.
to try and save it, because it looks like it's doing things it never was programmed to do, or it shouldn't be doing. You need to get in there and find out what's happening to preserve it, or shut down the bad, or preserve the good.
All right. So then with advantage, I have gotten a 25.
Roll. Did you roll with advantage for security as well?
No, but I will.
Yeah, roll security one more time then.
That is a natural
Look
20.
at that. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So, there's a little bit of scuffing to the case of the laptop. That's not as bad as you are able to get in there, and you all see John he is in that zone, and all this is going. His fingers are a blur. Data is transferring. You're getting in there. Fragment, you are able to, while you're doing this, you're seeing this a series of this face that is blinking in front of you, and almost like a rotoscope, as the scenes are changing and you're like trying to organize the data and get everything in there, which seems like a smile that forms on the face of this person who's been staring out of the computer back at you. And in this, after this very intense couple minutes here, you have been able to successfully save your laptop. It's no longer glitching out. And the bug is still there, but the bug is like the bug has become your mouse cursor. It's not its own thing. Now you can then push it, and so the bug will go in the direction, if you want it to open up a file and you click it, the little bug will do that instead of just sort of roam around or like kind of push away your cursor. It's become your cursor.
One might say that I've stabilized it by kind of merging the two things inside of it into one.
You've stabilized the patient, or you've been able to somehow override whatever was giving it this fit. When the rest of you also, well, except Bernard, were having a bit of a fainting spell, or feeling faint anyway. But it seems to be stable. It's a little different than it was before, but it's now secure. Your laptop is running. It seems to be running just fine.
So you see John kind of like lean back, hands up. He's like, I don't know exactly what I did, but it seems to be working. And then he takes he's got that. He cracked open part of the laptop case to fit that additional drive into space, and now he's gonna tape that to the bottom of the laptop.
It's a computer.
I seem to have gotten it working. It doesn't look like it's in any of the car's systems.
How
I
was
think we're
it?
okay. That's a great question. I have no idea.
You didn't write that.
I didn't write that. No, I did not. Found it a little
Your
bit before.
computer didn't have any contact with some green goo recently, did it?
Not that I'm aware of, but no. Well, one might say that that's not really my computer.
Oh. On loan from the company?
That would be correct. But it seems to have started, and he kind of like pulls open like a little window that shows like timestamps of various executions happening, and he points at a line and he goes, "It looks like about the same time that I had my little nap, something started going wrong with the code in here." So
That's a tomorrow problem, I think.
I think it's a PAX problem.
Yeah. Make them give you a new one.
This is a way above my pay grade, man.
Yeah, speaking of, how are we going to get in this place? Have we figured that out yet? I'm all for blowing off the door, because I think they know we're already here.
Yeah, I'm guessing that a power surge that took out half a dozen streetlights probably isn't
Yeah.
keeping a secret.
No, I wouldn't think so.
The way that I would usually do such things is I would go find their closest sub-power transfer station, find their local network access, take off the power grid, then access their systems while they're on the isolated backup, and then just do whatever I wanted. But that takes a long time, like a couple of days. I don't know if we have that kind of time.
I think we do. I really don't. I'm worried about the kid.
However, this thing appears to be quite good at just running through things. You can always,
Running speed?
adapt. Yeah, adapt the explosion with put hole in wall with this thing, perhaps.
We still need it to get out of here.
Potentially. What if they have a similar vehicle within their facility?
And what if they don't?
I hate to make the obvious question here, but maybe we could just go in through the front door.
If you think that'll work.
Well, I mean, we can try being quiet.
We're done calling. Man shark. Catagram.
Sand Dog
Knock.
Deliveries.
Knock. Knock, knock.
That is way too good. Sand Dog Deliveries. Kincaid, you have a special place in my heart, if I remember you.
Well, I'll try to make it memorable.
Yeah, once again, Bernard taps the side of the grappling hook. I got a doorbell right here.
Ding dong.
You know, that actually might not be a bad idea, Bernard.
All right, let's do it. I'm tired of trying to wait and figure out the best thing to do. Let's do it.
So
Let's just
I would
go.
like to investigate the grappling hook and see what its tensile strength is. Is it strong enough that it could lift the vehicle? Can we just grapple it up on top and just drive up the side of the building? They'll never see that coming.
The grappling hook wouldn't be as tall as would be necessary to get to the super top, but it could winch itself up with the grappling hook. Yeah, the type of purple steel that's used for the cabling and for the claw is very strong, very durable.
They'll never see it coming.
So you could winch it up the side of the building, or you could kind of grappling hook up into one of the floors and climb yourselves or something. You also have a rocket launcher and machine guns, and you have this really tough land shark vehicle.
I don't think we should try and climb up the side of the building in this. I think we should just go in through the front door. Locked or otherwise.
I agree. I will line us up so that Bernard has an excellent... Well, we'll get a good look at the front of this tower. Start making my way through the streets so that we can get in front and eventually try to line up that worm system with the grappling hook on it so Bernard can take a shot at the front doors.
All right. So you start going through this preserved city. Things are still slick. The lights are shining off, well, except the block you were at before when electricity just sort of burst off of it. Or into the streetlights here. And as you're making your way forward, there's all four of you. You're trying to scheme. You're coming up with plans. You're keeping your eye on the prize in front of you. And from the side streets, there are two motorcycles that are now running up behind Casimir. Let me find two motorcycles real quick. That'll work, and yeah, this would be cool. Let's make you here and go here. And can I flip you? Player. There we go. Flip horizontal. All right. Two motorcycles start charging from behind, each with a rider, as you are making your way towards the building. The riders have pistols, and they're trying to race up behind you as you're progressing towards the building. A lot more coordinated or in need of faculties than the shambling person you found outside the city.
I'd like to do something if I could.
Okay.
I would like to enact one of my plans right into my trap. I'm going to say that while we were messing around and making our way to the city, I rigged up a web shooter in the back of the vehicle. And it's going to shoot out some webs at these two motorcyclists and try and catch them and trap them in it and glue them down to the road.
All right. Do I need to make a save for that? And I would also like you to roll 1d100 in chat. Well, you can do it in chat or you can do it in the program.
1d100, you got it. Another 66.
I would like you to choose 3 targets and also deal 4d10 lightning damage to them.
Oh, that's easy. The two motorcyclists and a streetlight.
Okay.
Can we do a street light right next to the motorcyclist and see if it'll explode?
Sure. Like this one right here?
All right. I'm not going to worry about saves for the webbing. You get this brilliant idea, Dr. Kent, and as you do, there's just this other burst of electricity, and from the cargo netting that you're repurposing, right? Because it's a brilliant plan to use something outside its use. You know, the webbing goes out and starts to tangle, and there's from you. I mean, I guess we could say from Kincaid the electricity came from. Now from you this time, the electricity courses out through the webs, and also into an unsuspecting light pole. And you know what? This is an action movie. Of course it would explode, because why wouldn't it?
Awesome. Sparks
So,
fly. Hit
the
wet
light-
street.
The light bursts, shower of sparks, and the motorcycles and the motorcyclists are caught up in the webbing, and the drivers are jittering, maybe less as the one the individual prior did. This is more of an expected jitter, and the motorcycles just and they spin out and crash and crash, probably also exploding because they should.
Because, yeah, it's a movie. I could see the appeal to this kind of life, guys. That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty damn exciting. I don't know how it happened, but it was pretty damn exciting.
Since it's happened twice now,
Yeah.
can Bernard make some kind of like maybe an insight check to realize whenever someone has like a brilliant idea, some crazy shit happens?
Yeah, although, you know what? You're the outsider looking in. I'm going to give this to you for free. Not that you don't have or can't have brilliant ideas, but these two have done something just seemingly impossible. Or, you know, like way outside the norm, you know, taking the cargo net for this or trying to line up that the shot and exploiting the weakness or whatever. You can make this connection pretty easily, Bernard.
Now we're going to need you to roll a 1d100 on the genius disaster table because you had an idea. But
Is this like a Magrathea where you get slapped by a spatula every time you have a thought?
No, this is something.
Every time you have a thought.
And if you understood that,
Okay, this is a little weird, but guys, I think I realized what's going on. Whenever one of y'all has a brilliant idea, the universe likes it for some reason and uses an opportunity to do something weird.
you mean to tell me that lightning bolts just don't shoot out of your head normally?
What if it's they said that kid had special powers. What if it's the kid trying to help us?
I will allow that possibility, because otherwise, I do not. This is
That's
again.
a lot.
This is above my pay grade.
Hey, you drive car good. That's all you need to know.
Remembering our exit from the boat, I'll just go, yeah.
Well, that was John more than Bernard.
I punch good. Did you see the hole I left in that dude's forehead?
I did, and thank you very much for that, because I was almost dead. In fact, I still don't feel great.
Well,
Oh,
I'm thankful. I'll say I'd rather not be chased by dudes with guns on motorcycles.
There's-
The electricity continues outside of the vehicle. I will continue to be happy.
All right, you're getting closer and closer to the tower. There's another set of motorcycles and riders with pistols that are coming up behind you. You're probably 1 block away before you would hit the plaza outside of the tower, which there's steps that go up. Probably not a problem for the Casimir here. But you do have others, and they're trying to get up closer, and they're lining up their shots. If you wish to act before they do, and they can start shooting, you can take an action. Otherwise, I'm going to start shooting and trying to disable your tires, because they don't want you getting close. Like, it's clear. The hive, the whatever, they know you're here, and they're trying to stop you from coming here. What would you like to do before they can maneuver in and try and stop you?
I'm going to. Bernard puts his hand
Is
down.
one action each, or one team action?
Yeah, I mean, you all can act. Hold on, I'm gonna do a thing before they line up, and I'm gonna light up Casimir here.
Yeah, Bernard is going to reach his hand down into the main thing of Casimir and call out to Kincaid. Mind if I borrow that grenade?
I'll kiss the grenade goodbye and just hand it over.
When you kiss it, are you keeping the pin in your teeth as he pulls it away from
No.
you? Okay.
It was tempting, but no.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll wheel around in the grappling turret and pull the pin, action hero style, in his teeth and chuck it at the chopper, because the other one is, I think, a shade of purple that I like, and that even though he's chasing us, yeah.
All right, make a ranged attack then. And while you're doing that, what is one of you all doing?
So after handing over my grenade, I would like to go a suppressive fire with a light machine gun.
Okay.
So that is an arc 30 feet wide, just going right behind where the motorcycles are now.
Okay. All right, so we have a grenade, we have suppressive fire.
What?
Dr. Kent?
I am going to. Okay, someone's. Is there anybody manning the grappling hook? You said, yes.
That spot is currently occupied by Bernard.
Okay, then I'm going to.
There is a second machine gun. You could pop up at the central, like the top sunroof, and
Yeah, that's what I meant. Is
Okay.
there anybody up there?
no, it was the other one that was being used. So if you want to do that, you can.
Yeah, I'll pop up there and I will try my best to do something, although I have no clue what I'm doing up there.
Okay. And then John, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be holding this puppy straight as possible.
All right. Roads are kind of slick. We're in a high-speed chase. Go ahead and make a drive vehicles test.
I got a 19.
Okay.
Hey,
We're
there
here,
you
there.
go.
Can I get the ranged attack from Bernard? Very good. That will hit. All right. So this is gonna be what happens. The chopper here. You have the fragmentation grenade. You let it go, and it rolls behind, and it explodes. And motorcycles are dangerous vehicles, especially around explosives, and when they don't have a kobold on their side to keep them stable. So while the rider goes sliding and probably slams into the pole, this one also goes out of control over this way. The other one is going to turn and is going to try and pivot out of the sweep of the machine guns as the two of you are trying to fend them off. And so it's going to take a side street as you're still going. And I'm going to, for some reason, roll 1d20. Okay. And you're continuing to move at a solid clip. Now, John, are you hitting the gas? Like, do you want to? Are you speeding there at all due haste, and then some? Is there something that you want to try and set up while you're avoiding the motorcycles that are harrying you? Like, you're on the pavement, you're in control, you didn't hit a slick or something and go out, but is there something you as the driver want to set up to do? Do you want to, like, ramp up the stairs and do something, or how is your approach?
I can almost hear the computations going off.
Probably want to try and turn myself so that the grappling hook side of the because I believe we said it comes out on the right side.
Yeah.
Has a good clean line, so kind of like turn and jerk and start to slow down in the rain.
So you want to go up to the tower and present the right side of the vehicle?
Yep.
Okay. Are you shouting this out to anyone?
John will say, "Get ready. We're gonna try and get that door and rip it right off."
All right, the next block and several more chasers on motorcycles are behind you. You are getting ready to hit the steps going up to the plaza, that is just outside the tower. John is shouting, "Get ready," and you're gonna hit these steps and ramp up.
So, I hate to interrupt, but I think those front two motorcycles would have entered my field of suppressive fire. So
this, yeah. So you had suppressed, and we move into the next area or the next round. So there's some I'm having to condense in the narration. So I understand if you want to keep that up, you can. I'm going to offer you that chance. But
okay.
But this is the scene after the interior shot. We establish what the party's going to do. We cut back to the rear of Kincaid. Then we get that nice coordinated, several more bikes are coming in from the side streets to chase up behind the vehicle filled with heroes. So then, Kincaid, if you're looking down, paying attention to what John was saying, this could be, all right, I'm going to go back to work. And, then it cuts to you and you want to lay down the suppressive fire again.
Oh, I'm ignoring everybody in the battle van. It's just me and a light machine gun and a array of targets showing up in front of me.
Yep.
This is the closest thing to heaven I've ever experienced.
So with this, they're spread out. Some are on the sidewalk, some are on the street. Maybe there's a coordinated effort that they do have some suppressive fire. All right, so Kincaid wants to lay down suppressive fire. You're about ready to ramp up the stairs. What are the rest of you besides John doing? Because John, I'm going to need something special from you here.
I think I can hit it. I'll fire at it with the machine gun I've got.
Okay, so yeah, the spread is just a little bit more, so gun 1, gun 2, and you're just trying to keep them off your tail. Okay.
And a spray and pray, suppressive fire, I guess it's called.
Bernard, what are you doing?
I am getting ready to wheel the grappling hook into position, and as soon as that door's in line of sight, the hook's going flying.
All right. So you have a held action, John. You are hitting the stairs. You're ramping up. You are still being chased. Not all of the bikes are getting out. They're not trying to avoid all of the machine gun spray. Maybe some of them are feeling lucky, or they're under orders or compulsion or something else. Some are still on your tail, and you're going to have to hit this ramp. This is going to be a not impossible, especially with an all-terrain vehicle. I would like you to make a DC 15 drive check. This is currently normal. If you want to invoke, I think you still have a fickle
Should have
gun.
one left. Yeah.
If
So
if you want to use that here, you may.
This is where I'm gonna use it.
All right, fragment.
And this is the whole plan that I have here, just so we're all on the same page, is I'm gonna ramp up and I'm gonna kind of try and hit it so that it twists, so it's a nice good shot. And then the idea is once we actually touch down again, I'm gonna be trying to rip it around so that we rip off this door and flail it in a 360, and maybe dethrone some of these bikers using that cable and door. So that's what I'm going for in the full long run of this mid-air trick here. All right. Set it to with advantage because I'm using my fickle god favor. And here is that vehicle's test. We've gotten to 22.
Nice. All right. Well, you definitely exceeded that, and you have a degree of success. you ramp up the stairs and you're getting air and you're able to turn. Now, what this is going to do, you have this held action, Bernard, that you want to fire the claw. I will give you a choice with this the success here that Fragment has achieved. I will either keep I will keep the DC at 15 and give you a let's see, what would this would probably be, what would this be for Bernard here? You're kind of throwing a punch from a distance here. You also are hitting the broadside of a building. But I'm going to do this through a skill check, not just an attack, because I mean it's a broadside of a tower. You are looking for the best place to breach, to make this entrance. So, off that success, I will either give you a DC 15 security at a normal roll, or I will give you a 13 at disadvantage. Weird math, but I'll count degrees of success or just sort of the badassness in the face of adversity if you do succeed to any particular degree here, as you're trying to get this in the best spot and to overcome any sort of like your security analysis of everything.
You know what? I'll see your play, and I'll raise you a fickle god's favor.
Oh, all right, let me edit the super secret list.
And I will take the 13 for a straight roll.
Okay. Roll security.
Balls!
All right. So we have this moment where Dr. Kent and Kincaid are on the machine guns, and you hit the ramps, and everything's going into slow motion here, and there's a boom boom as you're both from the gun and you just going up the steps. You ramp and turn. We have, of course, it's slow motion, so Ave Maria has to be playing in the background. With both light machine guns. Boo, boo, boo. Bernard, you're looking, and this has got to be it. And you hit the button, and the maw of this purple metal opens up, and it just uncoils. It's unwinding and launching up. And it is not optimal. However, you still do hit the tower. And so you're not exactly where you had hoped that you would be. But you hit the tower anyway. And as we come out of slow motion, Casimir just swings. And I need all four of you to make a strength saving throw as Casimir impacts, and we're sort of Batman 64 on the side of the tower with the grappling hook on a beam, like it breached through a window and it's holding on. And now the vehicle is vertical, going up. It can sort of pull itself up as well.
Fragment got a natural 20.
What was that?
Fragment got a natural 20.
Oh, all right then. Oh yeah, I see.
I came close. I got an 18.
I got a 4.
Kincaid, you're so jittered. You start going flying out. You lost your grip, unfortunately. Though, fortunately...
My gun!
Bernard and especially we can rule a cool here, maybe even more so because John's not known for his strength. Bernard and John here, you have this moment to do something as Kincaid is starting to fly out of Casimir from the machine gun nest. Is there an action or a plan or anything you'd like to do to try and preserve him as you've slammed into the side of the building and you've done exceptionally well holding on, like you might have a hand free or you're not as distracted in mind to be able to do something?
Although it's worded in a way that it might, but I do. Bernard's a bit of a opportunist,
Okay.
if you might say, and yeah, Kincaid seems to be, trying to, escape my reach. So that's a nope from Bernard. So he's going to try and snatch him up.
Push me clear so I can pull off a hero's landing. Oh, it's a bad idea. Don't do that.
Bad on your knees.
All right. So
I understand.
you wanna effectively tell him that you have a feat that stops movement away from you or something like that?
Yeah, I have the opportunist talent as part of my kit.
All right. I'm gonna need you to take a swing on Kincaid, though. All the same. Now, before that happens, what is John doing? We're gonna see how the actions combine.
I mean, to be fair, John only has like one potential thing that might help him, and it's not gonna make a whole lot of sense to Kincaid at the time. But he's gonna hand him like a little metal brick that you can tell like unfolds, and it's gonna be a drone that has the ability to fly. And so that's what John's got. Is he's gonna be like, hold on to this.
Okay.
I believe it can fly.
So Kincaid is and is just getting this
John like rolls down the window and is like out the window like, grab this, take it with you.
Throw something. All right, Bernard.
Grab the brick-sized drone out of the air. Did you just want a close-up?
Punch, Kincaid.
Not your uncandid can.
Does
That'll hit.
yeah.
Roll
That'll beat my
roll damage.
defense.
Oof. No, you don't. Karate chop. Back to your seat.
Aside chopper.
6 plus what? 3 or 4?
3.
3. Okay. So, Kincaid, maybe something like pops out of joint as he catch it. Like he just goes. This is like way overpowered, but like any port in a storm here, he lands this grab, and it is jarring on your body. But that forced movement out is stopped. You're still free, but you're not free falling, and you're holding a drone, I guess, a brick. You're a machinist. You could identify this sort of stuff. All right, we come back. Dr. Kent, you're holding on, though. I mean, you're strong. It wasn't strong enough to do something in addition, but it was close. The Casimir
remember
slams
what
into
our
the
seat
side of the
was.
tower, and presumably could go up the side, up the length of the claw. It's not going to take you to the top, but you could still go up if you wish. But right now, there is this moment where in this moment frozen in time, Kincaid is being dangled above the ground. The falling distance might finish you off from whatever sprain or muscle tear or whatever you got from being jarringly caught. But maybe it's better than splatting on the ground. So you're being held by Bernard, and we come back. And what are the rest of you doing here? I mean, the motorcycles haven't quite caught up, but presumably they're going to be zooming around to the base of the plaza.
Well, since I've thrown this drone and skipped it off the front of Kincaid's face,
Yeah, clearly.
I'm gonna pilot that drone into basically like a suicide run at one of these motorcycles.
Okay, so you are fine keeping the vehicle just dangled on the side of the building?
For now,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Bernard may choose to otherwise release it, but yeah, for now.
All right. Is this a particular is this an action or something to?
Yeah, so it says the detailed stance for drones can be found in Chapter 15. And this one says flying drones have become popular tools and toys. They are remote controlled but can be programmed for various tasks and fitted with a range of tools. It has a camera as a standard piece of equipment, and a use device action is required to control the drone during combat or
Okay.
I would assume a chase scene like this.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So yeah, you start piloting the drone down towards the bikes that are still chasing you. You said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kincaid, this thing hit your face. I guess you went to grab it, and the blades spin up, and it starts flying away. You're being held by your ankle. It's kind of twisted at a weird angle. You're being held right now by Bernard, so you're not falling. What would you like to do? Is you're sort of upside down dangling above the plaza where the motorcycles are starting to come up.
So I'm going to spit out a tooth and address Dr. Kent. So,
Yo,
Doc, am I close enough to dying for one of those shots now?
I will use my last point.
Oh, if it's your last one, no, I'll keep it.
Yeah, it takes a genius point to do that.
Oh, okay, yeah, we don't want to do that then yet.
It's
Um,
kind of the only give you back health hit points thing I've got, so.
so
What
I
I-
guess I'm going to try to get back upright, and if we're sticking with the van for now, I'm going to try to crawl back into the machine gun nest.
Okay.
Going to move legs outside so we can get a firing solution as well, and prepare an action to open fire on the first bike I see.
Okay. Then, Dr. Kent, if you're holding on to your administrations, what are you doing then? As you're against the building, so you'd be back in your seat or facing down. It's kind of a weird angle. You're not falling out. You weren't too jarred through here where you're in immediate danger, but what would you like to do?
If I understand it right, a talent is a thing you can just keep doing. It doesn't cost you anything, right?
I would presume, unless it says that there's a cost of something to it.
Okay.
It
Then
consumes a resource or whatever.
I'm gonna prepare another dangerous stuff grenade fire again. I'll lean over and take some of the oil that's sitting next to me there, just jostled out of its holder, and I'll mix it with the chemical reagents that I've got, and I've got this thing. As soon as it's like an impact grenade, so as soon as it hits something, it'll burst into fire. And is there anything I can throw this at in the vicinity?
Oh yeah, there's motorcycles that are going to be swarming around the base of the tower. So you can toss it down there.
I want to toss it at. It's a weapon. I want to hit somebody with it.
Okay.
Funny thing is, though, it doesn't say what the range is.
Well, I mean, you could just drop it. That would reach the ground in good order.
Oh, okay, it's a thrown range of 40/80.
Yep, you're fine. And yeah, this scientist talent, it's... You have effectively an unlimited supply of dangerous stuff as a bonus action. You can change the damage type. Yeah, so, this is an unlimited use, and it's not using any, it's not a plan, so...
Yes. So that's what I'm preparing that to throw. As soon as I see something within range, I'll drop it.
Okay. Then we come back over to Bernard. Bernard, Kincaid is stabilized. What would you like to do? You are manning the grappling hook.
Yeah. If Kincaid is easily drug himself back into his pit, I'm going to punch the retract button. So we start inching.
Okay. Yep. So the vehicle is not assisting in it. You're going at the speed of the winch pulling you up, but this giant purple coil like this is grabbing on. It is pulling you up towards this breach in the not the most optimal place, but it is it's something better than the ground floor, which is where now not just there are some motorcycles that they are being fended off. There's a firebomb being dropped on them. There's some security agents as well who presumably were going to be waiting for you on the ground floor that are starting to come out now onto the. Let me copy the vehicle here. Let's get the selector and take you over here.
Would pushing the retract button be my full action, or
No, not your full action.
All right.
You're scaling the outside, and you have people who are starting to just kind of come out of the building here, and then you have some motorcycles that are they're being harried by the others. So they're not really opening fire, but they're starting to just take patterns around and swirl like sharks, like whatever. Like James Bond is being like held over the pit of sharks, and they're just like eagerly swimming around. It's kind of that kind of a feel.
Okay. I will draw my 38, and if one of the security officers take aim, I will pop him.
Okay. All right. So you hit the button, and you're aiming down, and you're looking to pop off a couple shots there. All right. They come around. Some of the motorcycles are fended off. There is still going to be some fire coming up at Casimir, as it's only slowly making its way up the side of the building here. I'm going to do this in an abbreviated format. Okay. So we have 2 shots. However, this is... I need 2 Constitution rolls for Casimir from the shots that are pinging up into the armor, and we'll see if anything of note happens on the damage table This is me making up for the fact that that we forgot to do that last time, or I forgot to invoke that.
And I think it's a +5 for yes, because it's either +5 or +10. Where did I put the rule book? Here it is.
We're gonna go to. That's after feats. Skills. I'm going over to it as well. Alright. Otherwise takes damage compared to vehicles' armor value to the penetration. Not the penetration value isn't higher, so this is going to be contested. Armor value is equal to or higher than the penetration value. The vehicle is not damaged. Vehicles don't have hit points, so a vehicle that is... Oh, wait, okay. So if the armor is equal to or higher... okay, then it is not... Oh, okay. So... Did we do that correctly? Maybe not. I don't know. I might not have. But go ahead and... tell you what, for dramatic sake, roll just one and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Come on, you got this.
There's a total of 10.
10, okay. Driver rolls a d20 and adds the vehicle's con mod. On a success, roll on the vehicle damage table. So that is with a DC of half the damage rounded down. So, all right, that would actually be higher. So in this case, pink, pink, pink. In this case, it actually is pink, pink, pink. The back end of Casimir is just... Yeah, you're getting like little sparks as the bullets are bouncing off or making indentations. The rear glass is cracked as it does have bulletproof glass. And so the guards down here, at least with their initial armament, are having a frustrating time trying to penetrate Casimir. All right. We come back around. You all are still very slowly, because it's just the winch only, scaling up. Probably at the end of this round, you would just be dangling vertically on the side of the building, unless there's anything else you want to do. But you are still rising up. Car, go.
Are there any windows underneath our or near our vehicle?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're going up a tower that, as the center, this has been the thing that's been modified the most over time to be the most modern incarnation of Lacunan culture. So, yeah, there are windows as you're climbing up.
I'm gonna try and basically like either shoot out or smash one of these windows so I can try and like angle the car's front into one of the windows as we're ascending.
Yeah. Now, if it helps, that's going to happen anyway because the grappling claw like went through and is grabbing onto like a girder, like an actual like piece of supporting architecture, such that I'll do it on the camera that you all are watching here. So as the if we have the side of the building and the car is going up like this, the winch is inside the window here, and if it completes its scaling, the car would be pulled up this way to be perpendicular to the outside of the building. Does that make sense?
Yep. And that's yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna try and go for, is like to find a way to get us so we can try to drive into a landing.
Then if you want to just drive up into it, the hole is already there where the hole went, so you can try just get boosties, go up instead of let the winch do it. What are you gonna leave tire marks on the window? Oh no.
Hit the gas!
So I'll make a vehicles test, I suppose.
Yes, please.
And we will get an 8 on that roll.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Windows don't have much traction, I hear.
Yeah, they're slick.
Is there any way I can assist or help with this roll?
If you want to spend your action to do so, then yeah, describe what you want to do. Do you want to turbocharge the winch? Do you want to do something to Casimir? Do you want to, I don't know, blow up another hole that's not the main one? Something else? What?
I'm going to send legs to walk up the outside of the vehicle, outside of Casimir, and have it just apply some external voltage to the winch to give it just a little bit more juice so we can get up there.
Okay. Yeah, so your astromech, your R2D2 unit's gonna start doing some external stuff, and all right. Is that a part of a particular plan? Like, because I know you have a way to juice stuff up, or are you trying to just aid as a skill or something with your action?
I'm just trying to use the help action
Gotcha.
to improve our chances to get up here.
Yep. All right. That's a colorful way of doing it. So, John, I totally meant you get to roll this at advantage.
Cool. We do another one. We got a 14 on
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it was tough going. The wheels were spinning. We can even say that some glass from the rear wheels is like shattered and is falling down. It's causing some of the guards to go out of the way. But finally, Legs kind of gives that wow kind of droid scream, juices the winch, and while you're not really getting traction, you did break some windows, not the ones you're looking for because they're further down. The winch is starting to go up to that perpendicular state, and so you've successfully done that. And at the end of this round, you'll be perpendicular to the building. Bernard and Dr. Kent, with that kind of jostle, you don't need to worry about a save. But what are you doing as you're getting ready to complete the winching up?
I am going to level my 38 at the hole we're heading towards in case someone tries to meet us.
Okay. You're preparing an action in... Yeah, okay. Got it. Dr. Kent, are you doing anything in particular to hold an action, or are you going along for the ride?
Keep as long as I can. Keep them from coming up after us.
Okay. You're throwing things down. So, yeah, you're throwing a firebomb down. There's a from some small arms fire. The motorcycles are swarming like sharks or piranhas, maybe even some with laser beams attached to their freaking heads. And we now get up to Casimir is ting 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 ting. I would like 2 more Constitution saving throws for Casimir, please, John.
Oh boy.
There are 2 of them.
Yes, please.
We have a 21 and a 23.
Okay.
Thanks.
Very good. All right. He definitely getting beaten up, and there is one of the people who's coming out now who has a rocket launcher similar to what you saw on the beach. Now they're not dressed the same way, and is aiming up. So the small arms fire aren't really a thing. However, being hit by a rocket absolutely will. And this is going to end up... this is not going to be good, as this is actually going to be hitting the underside of Casimir as he is dangling here. So, with this... Bernard is already in place to take an action once you all leveled out. They are going to open fire, tink, 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 and then you hear that thoom from one of them. There is that moment, that flash of light as the underside of Casimir is impacted, possibly throwing you off or hopefully forward. I would like all 4 of you to make a dexterity saving throw. Bernard, you can do so at advantage because you were braced and ready to go for when you actually leveled up here.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
Cade was not falling out of this thing again.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna ride that explosion into the building. Get my superhero landing.
All right. So we have Kincaid. You did very well, and you can offer one of the other 3 here some sort of a clever chance to have a guaranteed save. The other 2, we'll see what happens, but I need you to have that Spider-Man moment. Do you save Mary Jane, or do you save the school bus full of kids? Who are you picking to grant some sort of a clever save to? You are the action hero right now.
Let me see here.
Bernard, you were very close.
So I'm gonna just think to myself, well, it looks like Bernard has this. He's kind of teetering on the edge there. So I'm going to tell Legs to grab Dr. Kent and haul her inside so she doesn't plummet to an untimely death. And do I have time to take an action in addition to ordering Legs to save Dr. Kent?
What is the action you have planned? And we'll see, because this is really more of a reaction to being blown up from the underside.
Okay, the action I had planned was the emergency jetpack plan.
And what was that?
I can choose one ally within 30 feet of me to benefit from this plan instead of me.
Oh.
And for 1 round, that gives them a flying speed of 60 feet.
Rule of cool, and because this is a plan, I will allow it. I want you to tell me who's receiving it. I want you to roll D100, please.
Okay, we will send that to Fragment since Legs is helping Dr. Kent. And it looked like Bernard had it. I'm sorry. So that's a 13 on the D100.
All right. Kincaid, I'm going to have to look up... actually... I can use the thing that I have open right now.
Maybe if it's another brain lightning storm, I can use one of those to zap Bernard and just tip him over the edge.
It is not. Although don't worry, Bernard will be saved at a cost of perhaps a lot of little glass shards. It's okay. This is kind of Die Hard right now, so you can step on just broken glass and have it just everywhere. I need to look up something. Oh my, okay. Each creature in a 10-foot radius centered on Kincaid needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Sounds like all of us. I feel like we're all within 10 feet of Kincaid.
You are, conveniently, or inconveniently enough.
Oh, nuts.
Got a whole 7?
Me too.
So does that apply to Kincaid as well?
Yes, because this is centered on you.
Okay.
Actually, wait. Who did you give the rocket booster to? Fragment.
Yes.
I'm gonna say that Fragment, you got boosties out of there with the jetpack, so this would just be Kincaid, Bernard, and Dr. Kent, which I don't know if that
Okay.
really helped anything. Oh no, Bernard's fine. All right. So Dr. Kent
Yes, sir.
and Kincaid, both of you. You cannot take reactions, and you must roll a d10 at the start of each of your turns to determine your behavior for that turn.
Great.
As you are confused. As per the spell Confusion, for some reason. Now, Bernard, you are not confused. However, you are going to take some... Whoops. That was in the wrong 2d4. You take 5 points of piercing damage as glass penetrates you as you are flung forward. You're not confused. You are slightly damaged. You kind of nick one of the open... Because the claw already went through the window and is like holding on to a piece of architecture to keep the building up. But you're flung forward from the explosion, and you're kind of scratched up along your back or something. Now... What we can say though is as you have a little bit of cover left from the burning vehicle, as it was hit in a pretty gnarly spot here. You're inside. From the effect that occurred, Bernard, you're not confused. So if one of them were to somehow walk back out that window, you can stop them. And you don't have to be violent about it, but you can... No. Come on, Dr. Kent. Nope. Don't walk out the gaping portal to immediate death. Come on now. You're better than that. So the effect lasts for just a minute. Bernard and our saved Fragment here, because you got the jetpack out of there. You don't need to worry about being confused, but you can help corral Kincaid and Dr. Kent, who are kind of cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. They're disoriented. Maybe the blast knocked their equilibrium off or something, but they're just sort of wandering around. Depending on the minute, some of them, a creature doesn't move or take actions, or uses all of it. And on some random rounds, they might actually move and talk normally. But they'll snap out of it after a minute. Now, you are on... I clicked out of it here.
Well, for Bernard himself, he's thankful that he's tough as nails, so that 5 is reduced to 3.
Oh, very good then. Yes, absolutely. Am I in the corner again? Let's go up to the corner. Okay, and then that goes to the back. Oh, rest in peace, Casimir. All right. Now, you all are in a room here, and it's not just any room. This is in fact a data center in the tower. So after being corralled here, Fragment, I don't know if you entrust Kincaid and Dr. Kent to Bernard, but you are in the computer core of this museum, this culture tower, or this base of vampires.
Once Fragment, lands, he kind of looks over the equipment now, and I think Kincaid, a lot of your stuff is built for the moment, right? So this thing, as I land and its fuel is spent, it'll probably just start to fall apart, I assume.
Yeah, it's not designed as reusable. It's an emergency tool.
So he comes up and he goes to straighten his shirt and he's like, Kincaid, that was marvelous. Why are you staring at me like that? Oh, goodness, what has happened? Dr. Kent, I think, wait, Dr. Kent, that is not the floor, please. Oh, and he just kind of like brings him, he's like, gently.
Do you
okay,
hear that
guys,
ringing?
let's, what?
There are 4 lights.
Do you hear that ringing?
Huh?
Ringing.
And then he's
You
like,
hear-
come this way. Huh? Like he's just keeping your attention. Like, oh yeah, sure, ringing. Yep. Come take a break over here, Dr. Kent. Oh no,
Hey,
come back
nobody's
this way,
home.
Dr. Kent. Nope. I know that looks like mold, but I promise it's not.
Hello?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's not here right now. Can I take a message?
Once we've got them kind of near the Casimir, I'll be like, hey Bernard, can you I'm gonna sniff around here a little bit.
Yeah, do your thing, Bob. I got that.
Wonderful news. I'm gonna reach back into the back of the Casimir, grab my little, I've got that bag that says pizza on it and everything. My little hacking kit. Now where per se might we be? Like, do I see a computer terminal nearby, or do I need to go around a corner?
No, you're in the data center. There are computers everywhere. You grab the pizza bag, and Casimir's had about enough of this, and you just hear that ping, ping. And, well, courtesy of this kind of purple steel, the winch and the claw are very much still there. The claw's still on the side of the building, and as is the winch and the cable. Casimir, however, falls down, and there is an explosion at the base of the tower. You did grab your pizza bag in time, though.
Would I have been able to grab Birdie?
Yes, that's fine, Bernard.
Okay.
Now I know that we've decided that this is horrible, but I'm gonna spend some genius, and I'm gonna walk up to one of these computer terminals, and I'm just gonna get in there thanks to the backdoor access that I set up last week.
All right. So during this time, I want Dr. Kent.
Yes.
You are also really good at computers.
I am.
I would like you to roll a computers roll, just straight up.
Am I still confused though?
What's that?
Am I still confused though?
No. This is after that.
Oh, okay.
Casimir was getting shot up, was absolutely getting blasted. This was going on. There's a lot of like things that are happening. Bernard went to go grab something,
Okay.
but you're at a data terminal here in the Vampire Nest. You are a part of gathering information. I need Bernard to make a security roll.
My hand.
Oh, nice.
And I go, okay, let's get Tinkerbold Ivories here.
I do need Fragment to make a computers roll, and if you want to use your hacker kit, you can. Very good on that security. And then Kincaid. This is... I don't know. There's a lot of electronics parts here. I'll tell you what, Kincaid, you tell me what's going on based on the information revealed by the others. With the ability of Fragment and Dr. Kent, they see the location that the child is being held in. It is a top floor office in some sort of a machine. And there is a way that Bernard is able to look through the systems that have been opened up from our two computer users here to be able to navigate up there quickly. You also see that there's shifts in security that are they're starting to come up now. They weren't prepared for you to actually go higher than them in a vehicle. But you're able to find ways to try and baffle them or to go from there. I will also say, Dr. Kent, that in this database, there is a lot of information that is very pertinent to your research, given who has been occupying this tower.
I am so tempted to... unfortunately, my computer died with Kincaid. Or died with the vehicle, because that's where it was. I didn't grab it. So I can't download anything.
Something that you are able to pick up, though, is you did pretty well, is you can see that the machine that the child is hooked up to is somehow able to amplify. Like, these are in the reports you're looking through. Through his biology, physiology, his gift, or whatever you want to call it, it's producing a kind of a force field around the tower, especially in the close parts of the city, and that his gift is able to, like, repel or otherwise scramble or defeat the aberrations. So he's actually being used as a shield generator.
Poor kid. We got to get him out of there. Can I locate where he is exactly?
We could say here, like you and your hacker are having a race, and you're screen peeking because you don't have a piece of cardboard tape between your TVs like you did on Saturdays when you'd have those Xbox nights with your friends or whatever, so they don't screen peek, or Mario Kart nights too.
Same keyboard.
What's that?
You're both typing on the same keyboard.
Yeah.
Like how they play piano together.
Yeah, it's a duet. Yeah, we can have some appropriate. We had Ave Maria when you were flying through the air. We can have some sort of mutually, you're crossing over. You're playing chopsticks on each other's keyboards or whatever. Bernard, you're seeing the security, and you have a way up there. It looks like, the vast majority of the security forces are already down below. They were trying to stop you from coming here. No one's really been kept up. So you have a clear path as far as you're concerned up. Kincaid, given this, there are possible routes through the structure. There's the shield generator machine that this kid's being held in. There's the fact there's a big gaping window that there's like this winch that is still attached to a piece of architecture. Kincaid, how do you want to add to this discovery and possible advancement?
How are the guards ascending the tower?
They have no reason not to use elevators. So there's probably some coming up the fire escapes. Like Bernard is looking at the cameras. They don't need to breathe, so it's not like they're going to huff on the way up. But yeah, there's a lot of them that are using groups of them in the elevators coming up.
So do we have an elevator available to us on this floor that's not already packed with guards? Or are we going to have to take the stairs up?
I will tell you what, on an 18 plus, yes. No, not currently.
Okay, so guards are coming up the elevators. We don't have one available to us, and the guards are coming up the stairs. I would like to mechanically fiddle with the elevator that seems to be the most packed with guards, and break it so it can no longer ascend.
Okay. Mechanics.
So maybe that's like I probably open the door and start cutting at the wires or something like that, but let's see how this goes. Normal roll.
Okay.
So is it too late to get a fickle god's favor on this?
It is too late. What I can give
Okay.
you, you stop the elevator, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they can't pile out and take steps up. So you are here. You are on this elevator. This
Slow
is
some of them down for a little bit, but it's not going to be long.
all right. If you wish
I'm
to
gonna
redeem
turn-
yourself, they're still gathering information. So this is a little bit of a one step at a time more for you, Kincaid, because Bernard is tracking them. Maybe he's giving those dramatic shout outs. Because look, every movie needs that exposition of like, oh, they're in the walls, or oh, they're going to be here in 2 minutes because they're climbing the stairs. This is
Yeah.
Bernard's thing. He is giving you accurate data.
I was gonna say,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's like ETA 2 minutes on this elevator, ETA minute and a half on this stairwell, that type of stuff.
So you're getting the live shout-outs. Bernard is doing an excellent job of raising tension with the audience by doing that. Everyone in the movie theater is leaning forward and eating popcorn as we see the little blips of the massive amounts of security units that are like ascending the steps and everything. We come back over. As these are kind of extended rounds, not 6 seconds at a time. We have the other two who are gathering vast amounts of data. In this next moment, for John, your laptop is your pizza bag. Well, I mean, not even the bag. The laptop is shaking right now.
I'll get to that in a moment. I had an idea. We're doing this thing, and Bernard's giving us the call-outs for where people are, and then I turn and I look to Dr. Kent and I go, "You remember that very horrible thing that happened, with the guy that almost finished you off there, Doctor? I want you to explain in very dry technical terms how that works." And then I would like to enact a thing called we interrupt this program. And I'm going to broadcast Dr. Kent explaining how there's been a contagious outbreak inside of this tower, and show the snippets of that thing transforming and bursting out of the skin. And broadcast that to the employees of this tower.
So
All right.
I will here's where the tapes are located. Here's the data files. It was a horrible situation. My friend blew up with green goo everywhere, etc.
All right.
I spend a point of genius for that.
Yeah, and roll a D100, please.
And roll a D100. I got a 46, not a 66. I was only 20 off this time.
Oh, okay.
I knew.
And so, with that, and let's see if this enhances anything here. On a 46, Fragment, you cast Levitate on yourself.
What?
You apparently drank the fizzy lifting drinks.
You really like that jetpack, didn't you?
Right? I'm like typing away, setting all this up, and you can see like my legs are starting to go up from beneath me.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on, I'm not done.
Pull it back. I think you're going. You're not
He's
finished
just
yet.
like,
Dr. Kent, your
Yes.
hey,
your response with Bernard's callouts is halting the average whatever, like mook, the minion security guard, as they're listening to containment breach, and there's clips of what happened to to everyone else that is going through. Fragment, you are starting to lift up. Bernard, you are seeing that this is buying you all time. And in addition, there's a voice that is coming back, kind of contesting against Dr. Kent. Everyone back to your stations now. There's no breach. We're within the shield. And this is a very authoritative voice, Bernard. This is giving you, like, boss vibes. Like, he's telling people what to do. He's saying, "Get back to your stations. Everything is under control."
Can I make some kind of? I'm I don't know anything about computers or anything, but is there like somewhere in my station where I can shut up his speakers?
We'll find
Yeah.
it.
So if you're working like the security stations and in the monitoring of all that, roll another. The computer system's already open to you because of your hackers here. Roll a security.
Okay.
All right.
Can't quite dig it out.
You're unable to find the specific, like, the squelch button to stop the orders, though you can determine the orders are coming from the top floor where the shield generator is.
It's gotta be where the kid is.
Kincaid, however this is happening, because maybe this is because Fragment is still suffering from your fizzy lifting drinks, you are in an open elevator shaft. You've at least stopped it, right? You're in an open elevator shaft. The elevator is not moving up. You possibly could make it, or you might have an interesting way up. You know, he threw a drone in your face, Kincaid. What if you turn him into a drone?
Well, I already threw a jetpack at him. It's kind of the same thing, just not as long lasting.
Well, this is my way of saying that as an engineer, if you wish to use your levitating friend as a component in some sort of madcap scheme, it sounds like all the security guards are also inside the building. You do have
inside the building, hiding behind the shield from the assorted vampires on the outside, if I'm understanding correctly.
Well, so, yeah, I mean, there might be some motorcycle guys who didn't go back in the building, but you have, in the elevator shaft, the elevator has stopped here and you're on top, meaning you can just go up and it's blocked off because you stopped the elevator. You might have a way to rise inside the building, or you have a giant gaping hole on the outside of the building. And you also have a dirigible.
Well, how much weight can a levitation spell carry?
Who knows? Magic is dumb and old. No one uses it anymore.
I mean, I don't have Arcana as a skill, but I'd like... So, yeah, I would like to make some kind of a mechanics check to see how much lifting power our floaty friend has.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I think I know a way you could do it through there. So go ahead. Roll that mechanics.
I will set up just a complicated series of pulleys and gears. See if I can use that to calculate his lifting potential. With a 16.
You see how fast he's rising up from the keep, like his, and you can do some quick math. Okay, so acceleration, he probably weighs about this much, and just numbers are boop, 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 like going off in your brain. It would take, you get a number. Feasibly, you could probably use him as some lighter-than-air core if you're able to cobble together some sort of a propulsion device and a way for others to, like, hold on or, like, somehow be stabilized.
Okay, and these little corner offices I see that might be filled with desktop computers and their assorted cables. And,
of course. There's
chairs.
All sorts of network cables and computer fans and just even personal ones and all sorts of electronic parts and maybe some mechanical ones.
Okay, so I'm gonna
There's probably one of
tell
those little
people,
birds
okay,
that kind of dip in and
we're,
go into a cup because.
we're gonna try to ride him up to the top floor. Now that he's floating, I hope the magic holds out long enough. Otherwise, it's going to be a very long way down, and I'm kind of low on genius points now. So
But I'll be happy to use it if you need it.
Unless the
And-
doctor
and-
has some
and-
sort of recipe for a fizzy lifting drink or can help in some way too.
I don't have a fizzy lifting drink plan, unfortunately.
Fragment will say, as this is internal to you, as you're the one levitating, there's. You don't know about magic, but you technically could get the effects of it. You have a 10-minute countdown on this effect.
Okay. We're gonna work together here. I've got some spare cables too, technically, in my pizza bag. If you don't mind, getting it for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
how much towing capacity does your little drone have?
That was sent on a
drone-
suicide run against
Yeah,
motorcycles.
that drone has been smoked. So sadly,
You only carry one?
yes, they're quite expensive.
Big. And heavy. Relatively speaking.
I'm gonna.
I mean, like, yeah, I know they're heavy. I still have the bruise. You banged off my forehead. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I've got all these cables collected. We're going to tie them around your arms, and you're going to grab onto the cables, and we're gonna hold onto the cables.
And we're gonna shoot up
And-
that elevator shaft, eh?
Yes, exactly. Up the elevator shaft, not up the outside. That would be a ridiculous thing that I certainly wasn't thinking about.
This is the most insane Macy's Day Parade ever.
That would. Bernard, tactically speaking, that would be the least expected. They'd expect you to come from inside the building. Also, Dr.
Let's do
Kent, we're talking about like all these cables and lashing stuff together. Don't you have a way to like find contraptions like nets and other things to...
That's basically just to make a trap.
So, and Bernard, can you climb good? Are you good at climbing? Like if we were to hook a fragment up to your back like a hot air balloon. Well, the good doctor and me dangle from his arms.
What I could do is use my last point of genius and rig up, instead of a trap, some kind of a sticky harness that we could put on him. So
I mean, we've got all these cords. We can make harnesses, but we're on a timer here, so.
Well, this wouldn't take very long. I would be just like creating some sticky stuff in my chemistry setup here, and slapping it on some of the cords, and then basically we'd have Velcro.
All right, sounds good.
Let's-
Everyone start gluing
do it.
yourself to me.
So that is the last of my genius points I am spending to do this.
Roll a D100 for me, please.
All right.
Roll a 100. I want to see the worst thing this table has to throw at us.
Oh, close!
That was
I rolled a
close.
95.
All right. How would this express itself? Dr. Kent, you and all creatures within 30 feet of you gain vulnerability to piercing damage in the next minute. You're feeling very fragile and vulnerable right now. Dr. Kent is really just exposing, she's trying to expel your weaknesses by...
I feel so out of my depth. You guys are so much better at this stuff than
with-
I am, and I'm just little old me trying to make little chemical things, and I have very thin skin.
Within the course of a minute, this actually won't matter as you're rigging this up. We'll say, Dr. Kent, as you're doing this, all of you see, there's some, like, black veins that are starting to radiate out from where she was bitten, and her eyes have little black specks in them. And this kind of gives you the shivers, and is... Whether or not you
Very
want to point it
ambivalent.
out, she's still operating all right. Her voice hasn't turned into some weird "you will now die." But you all are pretty shook up from seeing this kind of transformation happening.
Do I have, like, spinach in my teeth or something? Why are you looking at me like that?
So, Doc, about your the hurried research you were doing, you found some information about the shield. Is it just a barrier, or does it have a negative effect on abominations on the inside of the shield as well? You know, just asking to take our minds off the multi-story climb we're about to commit to hanging from a temporary hot air balloon.
Interesting question. I'd love to make a roll about it.
Right, there's time
What,
for
what
that.
would you like to dip
Whoa!
into for that?
Okay.
Well, I have either medicine I could do or computers.
And this was for the status of what?
What they're doing with him, is he actually affecting aberrant stuff inside the shield, or is it just outside the
Like,
radius?
the shield is obviously keeping the aberrations outside, but would it also have a negative effect if somebody were
Oh.
to become an aberration on the inside of the shield, or is it just like a glass
Yeah,
dome?
medicine. Medicine will.
Ask you for a friend.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 19. Not
Um. Actually, given the current things, roll one more time. This would be at advantage.
bad. Okay, can I use a fickle favor for this?
Well, it's already at advantage. You don't need to worry about
Right.
that. You wouldn't get super advantage on this.
Extra super.
Extra super duper advantage.
Okay, the first
Okay.
one was better. 19's not bad.
Well, I guess there is a reaction. You might have some kind of aberrant manifestation given what was happening with the vampire. You feel fine even though you're starting, like, now that you're looking, there is sort of, it almost looks like hair, except it'd be like, it's not your veins, but it would almost look like hair flowing underneath your skin that's black from the point of the bite. But you're not spasming, you're not passing out. And John, did you mention anything about your bug when you were on the way from on your way to the tower?
No. No,
Okay.
I am not.
Okay. In your opinion, as a doctor, there might have been an adaptation. You already know these creatures can assimilate other things, can adapt other things. Maybe with an aberration going through a vampire and then into you, who's not a vampire, but you also got kind of a mix of vampirism, maybe? There might be an adaptation for this aberration to exist inside this force field.
It's a mutation thing going on, I think, and it's wide open. Could be bad, could be great. I can't tell.
Fragment, with her saying this out loud, you might be experiencing a digital version of a biological similarity. You might have just adapted through hacking your own laptop the aberration to exist inside this force field.
Capture life.
That's not awesome. At least, well, you know, for the aberrants, maybe.
Well, we gotta get him out of
You
here.
know what they say? Knowledge is power.
The more you know. Do. All right, well,
We
let's,
gotta move.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah. I'm the balloon here, so I'm basically just gonna start being like, like, all right, let's go for the window.
You want to float up at the outside?
Yeah.
All right. So,
La-da-da-da, do the wild blue.
as a part of this, in case you are going to get some small arms fire, Bernard, through your security, and I mean you're confident in your strength, it wouldn't hurt to glue like some sort of like a metal shield or something, maybe to your boots to act as a, because you don't have Casimir doing that anymore.
Right.
While you're floating, I would like you to make an endurance roll, please.
All right.
As you're, because you're really the only one who can heft this and maintain that kind of discipline in order to.
I'm you know that scene in I think it's Endgame where the Hulk is fighting the Chitauri and he's like doing these like backhands across the building.
Oh,
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm like busting in the windows to get handholds.
let me find the thing that I want to find. And then we will get to this scene. I saw the car chase music going too. We're a little bit past that now.
Yeah.
Well, sucks to suck. I can't find the. Oh, nope, there it is. Whoop. All right. So, you all let's see, I think I should have a convenient token around here.
Hey, look, there's conveniently placed windows right there next to the machine.
Oh no, they're boarded up.
Well, kind of. All right. So, inside a device here, as you all are actually rising up on the outside of the building, and you're rising up behind the windows that aren't boarded up, there is there's some small arms fire and other things. There's the tink 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 tink, and with that endurance of 24 though, you're able to keep it steady. And there is and throughout this rise fragment with levitate, you're getting a little bit of a handle on the up and down. The left and right and other things are not in your control, but the up and down more or less is. But as the four of you rise up outside and you look in, there's a kid that's in kind of it would almost look like a plasma ball. Like a little novelty plasma ball. And beyond that, very eager at the elevator doors that are right here, there is a gentleman in a very nice suit, and there are two other guards who have who look like they're wearing body armor and have some major weapons, and they are in a tactical position on knelt and even behind some cover here, ready for well, apparently the invaders to come in through the elevator. However,
Expect the unexpected.
what are you doing? You're on the outside looking in.
Let's shoot him.
Get a swing going, and then Batman crash through the window.
Okay.
I'll swing with you. I'll help you with my momentum.
Bernard, you're going to need something heavy to do this. This is going to be a reinforced window. This isn't plate glass.
Well, I have this hunk of metal, so that I glued to my feet. So I kick flip it up to my, and I kind of do a kind of a kick flip motion, and then I just straight up like donkey kick this motherfucking thing through the window.
All right, I want you to roll an attack with your sledgehammer. I'm really just looking for a critical if there's a fun extra effect. Hitting a glass window that you're kind of slowly rising up is not going to be the issue. All right.
I rolled critical and damage.
Yeah, it was a critical and damage. All right. You're getting this ready. You're building momentum. As this is happening, the closer you're getting to this window, Fragment, your laptop is jittering. Like, it shouldn't... You don't have a rumble controller in there or anything. Like, it shouldn't be doing this. Dr. Kent, those growing black veins are now kind of pulsing within you. It's not...
uncomfortable, but it's creepy.
It's creepy, and they've grown, but it's not uncomfortable. And the closer you've gotten to this point, you are just, your arm is, and more of these. You can just see these like hair tendrils like unfurl underneath your skin. Fragment,
like,
your laptop is rattling right now.
Can I like flex my hand and see if that does anything? Or do I feel like a tingle? Do I feel like powerful, or is it weaker?
It seems to be encouraging the spread.
Oh boy, okay.
It doesn't hurt. It probably feels squidgy, but it doesn't hurt.
Okay. Well, as a doctor, that super concerns me, because pain is a warning signal, and if you don't have that, it's shutting off important messages to your brain.
In fact, hang on. Now, as you're doing that, and it encourages it, almost like how a plant grows towards light. You're finding the black veins under your skin pointing in a direction towards... I mean, you all are close as you're riding Fragment up the outside of the building. But they almost angle and are pointing towards Fragment.
Okay, I'm going to reach out and touch him.
You reach out and you go to touch him, and you see that they angle downwards. So maybe not Fragment, but something very near to him.
The weird thing that's going on with my body wants something in the weird thing that's going on with your computer, I think. I don't know if we should let them meet or not.
Well, it's your body, Dr. Kent.
Yeah, it's your computer.
Yeah, I mean, do what you want with my computer. I can make more of those. There's only one of you.
Boy. I don't want to see where this goes. My intellectual curiosity has got the better of me. I would like to see what happens.
Well, what happens right now is Bernard takes his sledgehammer and swings. Zoom! Big, just the window just crumbles. And Bernard rolls in, comes up with his sledgehammer. Bernard, do you have something to say as the boss and the two heavy guards were sitting here waiting for an elevator? And you just roll in from the outside?
Looks like it's hammer time.
The three of you are welcome to follow suit. Kincaid, you might need to be piloting the computer fans or whatever you kind of rig together to get the others in here. And
Oh, okay. So I'm going to carefully navigate fragment around the freshly shattered glass. I'm gonna mumble under my breath, I can't touch that. Nothing? Not even a
Got it.
chuckle?
No, I got it. I got it. I'll just mumble. I can't
But
go for that.
get us
Can't-
into
can't
the
go for
room.
that. No, can't go for that.
All right. So, Fragment and Dr. Kent are in the room. Kincaid, you are as well. Now, however much you need to pilot Fragment, I mean, he can always just stop, kind of reverse levitate and go down onto the floor. But you do have this kid who is sort of in this suspended bubble of a like big plasma globe machine, and Bernard has run in and is delivering an action hero line. We have Dr. Kent and Fragment. Now, in this moment, you all can do something before the boss and the two minions are going to really recognize what has happened. So, let's start with Bernard, as you were the first one in. Bernard, what do you want to do?
I am going to Captain American shield toss this hunk of metal that I used as a shield to one of the guards.
Okay. Make a... So this would be a thrown attack. This is off of strength if you have something like that already in your programming.
No.
Then just since it's instead of dex, just go ahead and make a melee attack. Because we're going to be using strength anyway.
Okay, so this will be +5. 13.
All right, that's not going to be enough. The guards are already down. Maybe your aim was off, or they're just that good. There's that thoo. And one gets underneath the plate. All right. Do you want to move into a position somewhere? You want to square up to someone, or go and like run up one of the steps, or hide somewhere, or what do you want to do?
I shall.
Oh, I can't hear you if you're talking.
Oh, I run up to this like desk or table. I shoulder check it and make it on its side, and I basically take a knee behind it.
Excellent.
And
very tactical. Kincaid, you are by the window. You have a big plasma globe here. You also you saw that attack go off. What do you want to do? There's electricity and machines and things that go bzz, bzz, bzz. There's just other things that you might want to do. You can pew or poke or whatever.
So I'm curious, would you consider the sledgehammer that Bernard is carrying as a mechanical weapon? Because, I mean, at its base, it is a lever, which is a machine.
What is your intention with the mechanical weapon?
To set it on fire so it does more damage.
Oh. Okay. Is this a was this a talent, or is this a plan?
This would be my last plan.
Sure. If you want to set it on fire, you can do so and roll a D100 with it.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to dart forward next to where Bernard is taking cover behind the table.
Okay.
And I'm going to just pull out like a little vial of something that smells very strong, and I'm like, this is gonna be cool. And just spread it all over the head of the hammer, and just like a couple sparks from a lighter, and it just flares into fire, and now it does an additional 1d4 damage, fire damage.
Okay.
and D100. So, what hell does 70 unleash?
Each creature within 30 feet of you becomes invisible for the next minute. The invisibility ends on a creature when it attacks or casts a spell.
Perfect.
So...
Okay.
I guess you and Bernard become invisible.
Yeah,
I mean, within 30 feet, that should be like most of us, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's gonna get all of you, because you're pretty much in the middle of the room. So you're not invisible to yourself, but you're invisible to each other. So I guess Kincaid and Bernard, you know that you're next to each other, but you can't see each other. Fragment and Dr. Kent, you're same thing, and you also can't see the enemies. And even the kid in the plasma globe is invisible.
Poor kid.
Can we still see the kid from the lightning bolts coming off of him, like his outline?
Yeah. You know what? I think that that's fair. Yeah, because I described like a plasma globe. You get a negative space of where he's at in the globe.
He's just got fairy fire on him now.
Yeah. There we go. All right, now Fragment and Dr. Kent, you can take a turn individually, or if you wanted to combo up and do something. Sounded like you might have had a plan for that.
I don't know what it would do, but I'm very curious because the thing in my arm wants to go towards, seems like whatever's going on with his computer. And I'm kind of tempted to let it happen.
Yeah, I would be basically trying to make a landing with what remains of the propulsion from Kincaid. As Kincaid,
let's land first. That's
and then I'll be giving her my pizza bag so that she can reach in and touch my computer while I begin to fiddle with something on my watch, and I'll go ahead, Dr. Kent. As I hand you the pizza bag, and I'm like, do what you need to do, and then I start.
What are you doing on your watch?
I'm going to be enacting the latest zero-day exploit on the big machine in front of me. But we'll let Dr. Kent go while I prep.
Is that a talent or a plan?
It will be a plan, so when it goes off, I'll have to roll a T100.
I reach into the laptop bag, the pizza bag, and I will touch the laptop that's in there and see what happens.
All right. You touch it, and there's kind of a weird, like, electrical buzz. Dr. Kent, you realize that you're going to have to feel a little pinch as the USB cord from that terabyte drive is most likely going to have to be more like an IV into your hand.
But I guess.
Well, that's a good thing you got all those 10 hit points on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is gonna hurt. What do I have to roll? Or are you gonna do it for me?
D4 damage. You're just making a little cut so you can get the USB into your skin.
Oh, 4 points. Of course it was the maximum that would have happened.
Of course. All right.
Because what's the game without the pain, right?
You're very quickly reminded, as much as you tell people that, it never feels like a little pinch. And you make a little cut in your hand where now you see this hair is actually starting to like breach through the skin, and it wraps around and pulls the wire into your skin. And there's just almost this like, you're almost seeing like a Looney Tunes water through a hose effect, except it's the USB cable as the hair is like traveling out of you and up through this USB cord into the hard drive and the laptop.
I guess downloading whatever this is into whatever your thing is.
This is a really weird download or upload. And the laptop is starting to rattle, and even more. All right, we come back around. Everyone is invisible, and you just hear from in front of you all, Shoot them! Stop them! They don't know what they're doing! And you don't see what he's doing. He doesn't see you all because you're invisible right now. And
See him blindly pointing around. Stop them!
there's presumably 2 heavily armed and armored guards that might be looking for you all also, as they're equally invisible. But there's nothing else that they can do as they're trying to scout right now, as none of them can see you. His voice was projecting in your all's direction, but it doesn't sound like he knows where any of you actually are, because these are some wild, wild magic effects. We come back over to you all. Let's do it in order. Bernard, whatever, like, you can, like, kind of hear the breathing of Kincaid next to you. You're close to each other. You can't see each other. What are you going to do?
Hi.
There is kind of an echoing, "Help me! Get me out of here!" from the kid.
Oh. I am going to try to kind of inch my way towards the voice, the commanding voice.
Okay.
And sort of be as quiet as I can, but still be as perceptive as possible to see if I can maybe see a displacement in the air or hear some kind of footfall near me as I'm gradually making my way towards where the voices are.
Okay. Make a perception then, as you're trying to hone in on this person. All right. So on this round, you're pretty sure you know where he is from where his bellowing is. So you would not be at disadvantage to attack next turn, because you're listening and you're going up on him. All right, Kincaid. What are you doing next?
Since I am invisible, I'm going to approach the plasma orb
Okay.
with the child contained, and I would like to make a mechanics check to see if this is something I might be able to deactivate without breaking it, or if I can start unplugging cables, or seeing if I can figure out what it does, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, if, I mean, not overtly breaking is fine. You can unplug things. I mean, you might not know what the USB or the jack or the whatever's going to. You can start unplugging things. So if you're not looking to understand the intricacies, you can do a controlled, all right, I'll start pulling this, and that would be your turn, but you don't really need to make a roll for that, because you're trying to do basic stuff like unplug USBs without tearing them out or whatever.
Okay, well, I'm also trying to make sure I'm not going to be unplugging something that's going to be like a life support system, or...
Okay. Okay.
Like, I'm trying to shut it down clean, not just shut it down.
All right. As you're making this this kind of interaction, you start unplugging things, and you hear there he is, stop, you stop there. Now you don't see who's doing that,
But they can see the cords getting disconnected and figure out, well, obviously someone's disconnecting those.
well, and by you also taking these actions, more of like an overt, like, not hostile per se, but you're dismantling, you're doing these actions, you are visible.
I thought the invisibility would last longer. Oops.
Bernard, so you can you can look over Dr. Kent and Fragment. You can see like Kincaid. Have you all seen the Airplane movie? You know when the guy in the tower starts unplugging the cord and he just sort of looks at the camera, is like, oh, and he kind of chuckles and plugs it back in. Like Kincaid's just sort of like crouched and he's unplugging the the Doomsday machine, and oh, I guess he caught me.
And if I still have a bonus action, I would like to have Legs take a shot at that end of the room, if it can zero in on any of the audio cues from.
Okay. You have a general idea of where the guy was last time. Make a ranged attack at disadvantage.
Okay. So that would be a 13 plus proficiency plus intelligence. So that is a 18.
Oh, roll damage.
Nice.
That is. I remember if this is proficiency or. Okay, so yeah, that is 6 points of damage.
All right.
6 points.
You not only have the audacity to appear out of disappearing, but you also shoot the boss. My suit!
I hope you don't want me to pay for that, because I'm not going to be able to.
All right, Fragment, what are you doing?
So I understand, or at least I'm watching Kincaid, and I've decided that I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing anyhow. I spend a point of genius here to enact the briquette plan on the big device that he's attempting to shut down cleanly.
Okay. So this would be more than just a handheld. So what is the DC? Is that a 13 to overcome it if I roll it?
Yep. It is a DC 13.
All right, let's see what happens here.
No.
Ooh, what is the... Hang on. This might overcome... I still need you to roll the 100, though.
Yes.
Let me see what my boss stats were. What is your intelligence? It's more than just the average, whatever the mooks, but I don't know if he's especially intelligent. He might be more of a charismatic vampire. One moment. That is 11 plus 2 is 13, so I do I do meet your DC.
And 23 is the result of the D100. So I assume it flickers for a moment, and then whatever exploit I have, it consumes it with its antivirus or however.
All right. Fragment, you don't know this yet because you're invisible, but your skin turns a vibrant shade of blue.
It's gonna be interesting when I become very visible.
Yeah, and especially because it's permanent until a remove curse spell is used on you.
The invisibility?
Wouldn't him using that ability make him visible?
Oh,
He's
it would.
in
Yeah,
action.
so actually...
Right as it finishes, I'm just like, no, that can't be right. What?
Am I glitching? Yeah, so you're a fantastic shade. You blue screened.
No, I am blue.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
All right, so
Totally.
you are blue, and until this weird magic stuff of remove curse is used on you, you are blue. That is your reality. All right, Dr. Kent. I need you to make an endurance roll for me, please.
Endurance. Okay. Oh, I'm so good at those. Nope. 8.
All right. I need you to take 6 points of damage
Bye-bye temporary hit points.
as the rest of as you're trying to endure this, and this stuff is just violently leaving your body now. This is projectile vomit through a small port in your hand. And so, yeah, it hurts, and so you're not able to endure it with grace, but you do take some damage. This thing now, this laptop, and with this kind of brain of a hard drive, it's still for a moment as this almost comical, like, bloop, 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 like as the little like bulges of data and aberrant whatever, and you watch as this fusion of electronic and, like, not just meat and wood or meat and metal, this this other type of a combination of electronics with, I mean, maybe meat, but it wasn't really you. But if so, what would it have adapted, or what would it have needed? But something that would look like a laptop fused with a face hugger, as it sprouts these odd legs out the sides, and it uses a cord as almost like a tail. Is now next to you. And
so the bag and everything turned into this creature?
not the bag, the laptop.
Can I zip it into the bag?
If you want. There's a face on the screen. It looks like maybe a raggedy woman's face that looks at you for a moment. Just direct eye contact.
Oh, hi.
What do you want?
I think the question is, what do you want?
It simply turns to face towards the end of the room. The what do you want, though, is not vocalized through speakers or anything. This is, like, within you.
It's like an understood, kind of a mental thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to zip up the pizza bag because it's got that Faraday cage thing about it, so maybe it'll help contain whatever this is.
Okay.
I'm suddenly feeling extremely weak. Do I have anything else that I can do? I really don't have any bonus actions or anything.
That would be you tell it to get in the bag, and it gets in the bag.
Okay. I zip up the bag, and that's my turn.
Okay. I need to try and light up Kincaid because I have two people. I have two people now that I can try and shoot. All right. So one of them with the assault rifle is going to try and open up on Kincaid. Yes.
Are either of them within reach of me?
No. You're close to the boss.
Okay. Gotcha.
So one of them is going to try
and... Is
and...
the boss visible since he got hit, or is it only on an offensive action?
Offensive. Though
okay.
You won't have to wait long, I assure you.
I didn't think we would.
However, Kincaid is crouching over by the wires, and this is going to be a disadvantage, which is nice. Kincaid, in the hail of bullets, there's just, like, right in front of you, there's that kapang, and just sparks light up your face.
Pull my hand back real quick because that was the cable I was just about to pop out.
And the other one is going to shoot at our blue boy here. And yikes. Okay. Oops. John, unless you got something to mitigate it or increase your armor here, you're going to be taking 12 ballistic damage from the rifle that is lighting you up.
Unless my blue skin has somehow come with some armor plating, I am definitely just going to be taking these bullets.
Gotcha. Nope. Your luck is running out, or you take some like, I've been grazed conveniently enough times until the one that will down me will down me. Okay. They attacked. The boss turns around and no, don't shoot at the one who is shooting towards Kincaid. Walks over and baps the gun down. Stop shooting at the shield! As that happens, he appears. Bernard, this is a guy who's even slightly bigger than you are. Like, he's making you go, ooh.
Oh, wow.
But he is now visible.
Alright, and he left my range.
It comes back around, so that was their turns.
Oh, okay.
But he was still invisible when he left your area of effect.
Right.
If you
Yeah,
were
but
to
he's
turn it back
visible
on.
now because he saw the guard and now impacted the weapon.
Right. Well. Yeah, well, I sneak up on him. And yeah.
All right. Not really sneaking to a mechanical effect, but you can take a swing on him.
And since I'm invisible,
There's also more "help me" from the kid in the orb. All right, that'll hit. All right. You swing on him, and there is a look of concern for the fire. The impact doesn't seem to shake him as much as you think it would, but the fire is there's fire in his eyes, both in rage and also because you hit him with a flaming sledgehammer.
okay. Hello, big, tall, and sexy.
And he looks down at you, and he looks none too pleased. All right, Kincaid, what are you doing? There were some bullets flying by you. I managed to miss you. You're kind of laying low by the machine. The machine's kind of spitting sparks now. Kids yelling for help. You've pulled some wires.
Forgot about this.
No?
He gets shoved 5 feet,
Oh,
so does he
sure.
like ram into one of his buddies?
Not really into one, but is beside one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, kid, any suggestions on how to let you out? Cause this machine's just a little bit beyond what I'm familiar with. I mean, I can just keep pulling cables.
Break me out of here, please.
Yeah, I got that part. I'm looking for how.
There's got to be a button.
Button. It's always a button. Do I see anything that looks like a button, or
Yeah, there's a release lever.
Okay, is it within? Is it this?
Yeah, there's a
thingy?
lever there.
Oh, okay. You couldn't have just pointed to the lever, kid?
You couldn't have
He's
just not
currently
made
invisible.
things complicated and pull wires as the first thing you do?
That's what I do. I either fix problems or I make them worse. So I will go over here and pull the lever.
Pull the lever, drunk.
Wrong lever!
Bernard, the man in front of you, just looks back. You have no idea what you've just done!
Then as a bonus action, I would like to have Legs shoot the boss again.
Okay.
Or try to.
Yep.
I have no idea what you've just done. Oh!
And that is going to be a 13, so guessing that misses.
That does. Pew. Fragment.
Does it hit one of his invisible guards next to him? Oh,
No, they're both visible.
okay.
Fragment, what are you doing?
Now that so I was pulling out the 9mm, and I was going to shoot the machine, but the release lever has been pulled,
Yes.
and that appears to have dropped the magnetic or the force field. So instead he'll spin, so that gunfire thing that I was gonna do, I'm gonna do this time. I'm gonna use bonus action to treat my pistol as if it had the burst 3 quality.
Ooh.
I do have to roll a disadvantage. I'm gonna try and shoot the boss. It's gonna take 3 of my bullets. But
Can
if
I
I
give
hit,
him one of my fickle god's favors to remove that disadvantage?
No, the fickle god smiles on you. Though, if he still has his own personal inspiration.
no, I don't. But that's all right. With disadvantage, if I do hit, I get to roll an extra dice of damage. And I rolled a 12 to hit.
All right. That is not going to be enough for boss.
I just need to tick off that I've shot 3 times. And that is what Fragment is up to.
All right.
He'll adjust to this blue life eventually.
Dr. Kent is weighing her options as I'm also looking over her character sheet here. She is going to... She's thinking very hard about this. Wait a minute. Interaction. The way they do. What's happening here? How? Shit, how can? Ironic for the doctor. She opens the pizza bag back up again. She looks inside, then looks over at the boss, and simply says, "Sick 'em." The doctor said sick 'em. Alright, anyway. The facehugger tears out of the bag towards the boss. And now it's the boss and the two shoot 'em up pew pews turns. Shoot 'em up pew pews go. I still have 2 targets, and one isn't as prone or knelt down anymore. Does an 18 hit you, Kincaid?
It does, yes.
For 15 damage.
That drops me to -1.
Okay. Now we get to explore death saving throws unless someone else does something fantastic or drastic. The other one, I'm going to try and pew-pew back at the pew-pewer. Does a 16 breach your defenses, Fragment?
Yes.
That is 15 points of damage from the heavy assaulters here.
Fragment is also going to be collapsing onto the ground.
Blah.
That would be a total of -7.
Is that negative half?
Is that -half? Half of my con?
No, hit points.
Half of your total.
Half of my total?
Max.
No, that negative is not half of my total hit points.
Big guy is going to turn to you, Bernard. And, you know you could be playing for the winning side. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Bernard, as he gets those little hypnotic spirals in his eyes.
Okay.
This is a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. This is gonna be basically a straight ass roll.
Fuck.
Alright, here we go. Oh!
Oh! Our meathead is passing the charisma saves to be prevented from being possessed by ghosts, and and is passing the wisdom save to not be taken over by my vampire boss, who I kind of planned on this happening to for a dramatic twist. But instead, the twist was on me the whole time, and our lunkhead is actually of steel, a steel mind. And you're welcome to give some sort of a one-liner back to him as he's trying to convince you to work for him instead.
You got pity. You have pretty eyes, dear. But that's not gonna work.
He has to lean down a little bit over you, and he is roaring at you. We come back up. We come back up to the top. Bernard, Kincaid, Fragment, and then we'll see what happens with the doctor. Some of these are going to be quicker than others. Bernard, what are you doing?
Yeah, as he like bends over to scream in my face, I go for a golf swing.
All right.
I missed though.
Yep, that will. You get a big, like a Bowser style laugh in your face as you're trying to take a swing on him. Kincaid, you have a very easy job. I need you to roll a d20. All right, Kincaid, your screen is starting to flash on the edges red. Help me! Someone quick, find a random syringe in a toilet and just jam it in his arm without question.
Legs, remember my beans.
Fragment. Help me! Oh no! Oh no, Kincaid and Fragment. All right. You each are getting closer to the end, but the doctor is still up, and I believe there's something she can do here. She has dangerous stuff. Here, I'll cauterize the wound. Drink this napalm. She's got to be able to do more than just adrenaline shot.
Don't she got a med kit on her that she could stabilize him?
I believe so. Let's see. All these are her... Oh, yeah, knockout gas. These are her plans. So she can... unless she took a feat that adds... ability score, training, skill, perception. I wonder... Maybe she just took stat bumps instead. Okay. So she's going to try and stabilize... Alright, she successfully stabilizes Fragment, who's closest to her. She runs over. Come on, John. And, stop bleeding your own blood. And, you're not up, but you're at least stable. And she's trying to think, and, we come back over, on her turn as well. You miss. You miss swing on this guy as he's going. Bernard, there is a swift blur out of the corner of your eye as a laptop with 8 legs and a tail flies up over your shoulder and just right onto the guy's face. And this USB cord starts wrapping around his neck, and while he is muscular. What is? Stop this!
Help me!
Cries the child again. Not so much in the I'm in an orb, because that's gone now. The child is down. So actually, no, he wouldn't even cry, help me. He is going to look. Let's see. One's being he's going to run and grab something here. And then run back over to Kincaid, and that's what he can do. Okay. The guards are seeing their boss flail. One is going to try and light up Bernard. I presume a 12 doesn't get through your defenses?
Nope.
All right. And the other is going to run over and try and tear this thing off their boss. Bernard, what are you doing? You have one guy still kind of towards the front here who is shooting at you. The kid is free and was scampering around and is now over Kincaid. And you have Dr. Kent, who's over here by the window and is yelling, "Come on, stay with us, stay with us!" Oh. Ah, damn it. I needed to invoke it before I used it. I'm floating 3. I have 3 and we're getting towards the end. I'm going to try and light you all up as a heads up. I have 3 Fickle Gods favors. So you better use this knowledge wisely, because this is almost done.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'm just...
You bonking something, or are you running back to the window? Or if you have another skill you think you can use, but I need a decision.
Yeah, he's contemplating bonking the boss, but the boss is plenty... So... Basic...
He is prone. That put him at a disadvantage, or that would give you advantage on attacks, right?
Boss isn't prone yet. He's still standing up.
Though
Oh,
he-
sorry. I
though
thought
I
he
w-
had lapsed with it. Never mind.
Though I would argue he's maybe blinded.
Oh, but you could be. Yeah, he's a facehugger on him. Yeah, you know what? So he's not prone, but I would give you advantage if you want to try and hit him.
You know what? I want to bonk him.
Okay.
Yeah, the kid's free. He's helping. Yeah, it's a bonk.
Roll it.
Ah,
Nope.
you're gonna have advantage, dude.
He
Son of a gun.
flails and the sledgehammer goes down into the ground on this top floor of the tower. Do anything else?
Yeah. He tried his bonk, and even with, yeah. So he's going to take his leave.
Okay. So you're running back here towards Kincaid? Oh, yeah, there you go. All right. All right. Kincaid. I need you to make a death saving throw.
Okay, I'm going to use one of my, or can I use a Fickle's God favor on this roll, or?
Sure. It's a Fickle God
Oh,
favor.
okay.
It goes outside the most reasonable bounds. All right.
It's a 14.
All right, you do not slip closer to death. Then we have Fragment, who is stabilized. I don't think there's anything, unless there's something you can just. Although, if this is Bethesda, you got to have like the one arm still that is like kind of moving.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then I'll just, you know, glitch explode out of the game. Anywho, yeah, nope, sadly I'm the.
All right, Dr. Kent runs over. What do you have? What is that? What are you doing? Oh. That might be crazy enough to work. I'm going to have to make an executive decision here on behalf of Isabel Kent. She's going to take one of the other vials from him and come over to you, Fragment, and she's going to be pouring something into your mouth. And
I mean, Kincaid?
well, no, into you, Fragment. Kincaid already is going to be having something poured into his mouth on this next turn.
Oh, okay.
We have a lot of struggle. You won't escape. None of you will. As he's talking, and you're just hearing gurgling and choking. There's do I have one moment? All throughout the tower, there is a blaring sound of a warning.
Danger. The emergency disrupt system is now activated.
As he reaches in and he grabs or taps something inside his suit.
10 minutes.
Wow, 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 wow.
Expires in T-minus 5.
And you see that there's like veins that are like pulsing and coursing down through his body as he's choking on whatever this aberrant fusion thing is doing to him as a vampire. And the lights are blinking red, and there's a lot of warnings. One is one guard is going to try and shoot at you again, Bernard. I gotta do something here. Bernard. Bullets are flying. He's opening up. The other one. That's a little bit better. Bernard. Even then, Bernard, 10 points of ballistic damage.
8.
You son of a bitch. Get out of here. Fuck off out of my tower. I don't know how you're gonna do it. Haha. But
Tough as nails.
I'm gonna try and kill you one more. I got one more Fickle God favor. I'll pull something out of my ass here. All right, we come back over. At the end, something is poured into Kincaid's mouth. Kincaid, your brain is in a very weird and active state now. And
So no change.
What's that?
No change.
No change. There's an odd feeling where you feel like your heart should be beating quickly, but it's beating very slowly right now. Fragment, you're feeling the same way as well. Your eyes are open, but there's a very all of you can hear that there's a self-destruct sequence for the tower.
Okay.
and that you, I don't know what you're gonna do or how you're gonna get out of here. You look up and you see that the boss is now down on his knees, struggling with this thing with your laptop fragment. The bug must have got him.
Uh, I think you actually signed your own thing, because when you mentioned him reaching into his breast pocket and doing something, you a light bulb went off as Bernard wheels around, and he remembers the little badge he was given from the director.
Your E-Blast?
My E-Blast, yeah. I cannot... I thought I wrote down... I thought I copy-pasted my E-Blast into my gear, but I did not.
I've tossed it into our channel on the Discord.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, what are you doing? Time's running out.
I am going to use setting D on the boss.
Okay. You are within range of A, if that's better for you for some reason. He is within 120 of you.
Ah. That might be better. Yes, I will do that one, yes. I will use setting A on the boss.
Okay. Roll this off of your archetype, so it'd be strength in this case, I believe. So just roll 2 strength attack, like 2 strength-based attacks.
I am a tough hero, so that would be con.
Oh, con. All right, 2 con-based attacks then.
So that would be a 14. Yeah, that would be a 14 and a 18.
All right. Well. Oh, right, with proficiency. So the 18 hits. So go ahead and roll that. Kincaid, while we're resolving this, what are you doing?
My bad. That would be. Sorry.
So am I conscious, or am I still making death saves?
Nope, you're conscious. You're not bleeding out anymore. You feel really weird, but you are conscious.
Sorry. I forgot. It was already adding.
Okay. Then.
So that should be an 11 and a 15.
The 15 still hits. Go ahead and roll that damage. And then Kincaid, what are you doing?
Going to ask the kid if there's anything he can do to help. No, he's got weird magic powers. Like, can you inspire me, get my brain working, give me some genius back? I need ideas for what I can do to help.
I can try.
In the meantime, if Legs is still active, he's going to take another pot shot at the boss.
He will. Okay, go ahead and take the pot shot, and then the kid is going to see if he can somehow get power into you. And Kincaid, for the next minute, any flammable object you touch that isn't being worn or carried by another creature bursts into flame. And you also get a plan back.
So the legs' hits. Oh, what did I roll? Okay, yeah, that was 2 attacks from legs. So one of those hits for 10 points of damage. Oh, that's right, because he was blinded. Brain is starting to shut down here.
We're almost there. I need y'all to take us home.
Okay.
Everything you touch is gonna be set on fire. You also have a plan back. The tower is going to explode.
I don't have that plan.
Fragment while Kincaid's thinking.
Fragment was unconscious for a second. He comes back to, and he's like, oh, no, wait, I already knew I was blue. And then you see him, like, reach for that locket, and he kind of looks at it, and, like, you know, things are bumping and warbling, and he's looking at this memento, this thing he can't remember, and he goes, well, if I'm not going to remember it anyways. And he gets up with his 9mm, and he starts running towards to go help Bernard. He's going to just, like, go as far as he can and try and shoot at one of the bad guys.
Okay, you can beat up with Bernard as he's running towards you all, so you can run and catch up to him pretty easily.
Bernard, get the kid out of here! And I'm gonna try and shoot the guard that's behind him.
All right, Kincaid, did you have any inspiration here to do something?
Yes, I do. The laptop face hugger.
Mm-hmm.
It's still an electronics device, right?
Presumably so.
Okay, then got the overload plan in mind. Going to apologize briefly for what I'm about to do to your computer, because it ain't gonna be pretty. So it says, when I enact this plan as an action, any electronic device within 120 feet that I can see or that I have access to via a network shorts out, shocking anyone nearby. Each combatant within 5 feet of the device must make a dexterity saving throw, DC 13 for the plan, taking 46 damage if they fail and half that if they succeed.
Do you want to target the laptop, or do you want to target the remote control detonator that the guy has?
Oh yeah, I forgot he had that detonator, didn't he? So yeah, I will target the detonator.
Okay. Roll a D100. Beep, 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 beep. And creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against the next spell you cast in the next minute that involves a saving throw. And I have to save against this, don't I?
Yes, you do.
And what is that?
It is a 13, I believe.
My boss is he's kind of a goner anyway. I'd rather save it to see if I can try and shoot one of you one last time.
And if the guards are still within 5 feet of him,
Yeah.
they make saves too.
Woof. Alright, well, one of the guards is okay, but the others are...
Okay, so roll that damage. Oh, lousy roll. So 10 points of damage to the ones who failed, and half that if anyone succeeded.
The countdown sequence. You have 2 minutes. The thing electrocutes and blows up. You have 10 seconds to reach minimum safe distance. All right, I'll say 12 seconds instead of it's a convenient 12. All right. The doctor's looking. We gotta get out of here. Kid, inspire me. All right, ma'am.
Maybe some way that doesn't cause her to set everything on fire.
All of
I
the
think,
doctor's hair falls out instantaneously. And
Oh, poor Dr. Ken.
she is going to... Of course! She goes over and maybe with some of the vials that she was able to recover that no one ever saw her do, but she totally did. Just trust her, bros. She goes over to the window and she throws down a sticky mixture of things. Fragment, I hope that you still got some of your float left. As all kinds of like research papers and other things like the posters and things are like kind of binding together in a big sticky web. Get over here. We come back over. The kid's already over onto her. We come back and I get one more shot at advantage at Bernard. Come on. Oh, Bernard. Why you gotta be an action hero in an action game? I use up all my fickle god. Well, God is fickle. All right. One opens that up. The other is kind of just shimmying and shaking next to the face-hugged boss. We're back to you all. The doctor might have made some sort of a weird sticky paper, maybe not a parachute, but hopefully with a little bit of gliding something to get you all down. Maybe a net or a web.
Plus the remainder, because I still have like that glued on cable harness suit.
Yep. So what are y'all doing with it?
Yeah, Bernard's gonna go into dash mode. Grab the kid, grab whatever concoction the doctor made, and he's out the window.
All right.
And John's gonna kind of like throw or roll himself out the window as well, and then use whatever is left of that levitation juju.
This has been within 10
earlier.
minutes still. This has been a very fast-paced series of events.
To help, you know, kind of like he doesn't turn it on right away because he's still like, oh, hold on, I don't feel right. My skin's still blue. My guts are churning from whatever they put in my mouth. And then, you know, and then he'll get close enough and he'll grab a hold of Bernard and the sticky substance and then kind of spread himself wide as he starts to slow down so that the ones that are still up there can like jump down and land on him.
Kincaid?
I think I'm going to look at the rest of the party and just say, get the kid to safety and charge the boss. See if I can set anything on fire in here. Make sure he doesn't do any weird teleportation or other stuff to get out.
How dare you?
I know you would never resort to such hackery with your main villain, but I know that Kincaid doesn't.
All right. Are you letting? Are you giving the others a look of I'm doing this, or is this like go jump and then after they're gone, like when they can't see you do this act, you're gonna do it?
I'm just telling them to get the kid to safety. If they
Okay.
put together that I'm not coming with, then they can put together.
All right. So Bernard just like rushes, grabs the others, almost like tackles everyone out the window to deploy. I mean, Fragment. You're a smart guy. You're sort of the last one anyway, because you're gonna be the parachute to deploy. Is there anything you want to say to Kincaid? You have a hunch that you have a
He kind
hunch
of
he might
like
not
looks
be
at
going with it.
Kincaid for a moment and he goes, "Well, keep on typing on." And he gives a little salute.
All right.
As he
And
fall
then-
out the window, legs
Don't
makes
forget
a
to send legs with him.
legs makes a little salute with its circular saw as you drop out of sight, and charges into battle next to me to try to hold the boss in place until the building goes up.
All right. This is for all the beans. So you charge back and you are leaving a trail of fire over the very nice executive mahogany wooden desk, over the nice wooden flooring. Everything you're touching.
3, 2, 1.
Brass knuckles in one hand, a taser in the other.
Charging in there, everything is on fire. You just go up, you and legs. Whoever this leader of the vampires is, everything he's doing, this forbidden research or whatever else, it's going. We cut to the group who's sort of, kind of going down, but also you're sort of floating to get horizontal movement, not just vertical up or down. A little bit of maneuverability with like the goo and paper web and everything, and you're away, and there's just boom, as just parts of this tower are blowing out, and it's that the heat wave is disrupting things, and it's kind of a I don't know. The heroes are escaping in the helicopter, but then you get that one last as like the controls of the helicopter are going out, but then the pilot recovers. So you're kind of blown around a little bit. Bernard, you could do that whole grab my hand, do it now, as you grab the kid who's about to fall or whatever. We have that moment as you're sort of blunt and you're doing this spiral around, and you're just seeing poof, 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 explosions go down. As the leader of the vampires here was trying to take you out with him, in whatever this fate was that was befalling him as he was being infected, so we have that moment. We have our sort of fade out as we have Bernard, Fragment, Tiba, and Dr. Kent paragliding. Of course, we have the sun is just coming up, as this conveniently happened perfectly during the exact amount of time of the night. And you're also up there, so you can see a little bit over the horizon. The sun starts coming up. Would Bernard or Fragment like to have an action one-liner to each other, or the kid, or the doctor, as the sun is coming up, and you are paragliding away from the exploding tower as dawn is breaking?
Well, kid, looks like your future is bright.
That was terrible, and I love it. Fragment?
I'll be glad not to remember this in the future.
Right before the building goes up, the last thought that goes through Kincaid's mind, I never found out what the S stands for.
Ever since that brought, all I can imagine is that it is The S is just a vault contained safety of the clip of Tim Curry in Command and Conquer going space.
Kincaid presumably will never know if you get that chance. The others at least will get to make it back to Pacts. Bernard, Dr. Kent, and Fragment, you are each given honors. You've accomplished your mission. You're very much welcome to join as a full agent of Pacts. I mean, without getting into the minutia, because we should be concluding here anyway. Whether or not any of you take him up on it, like, I don't know, let's say Bernard, you say, you know what, this is my calling, I feel good, or whatever. Again, it could be anyone. This could
Actually,
just be.
Bernard would join, but only for the fact that basically he wants to make sure the kid is okay, and any future kids that they recruit are also okay.
Then
basically, he's purely joining just to make sure they're not corrupting the kids.
Yeah, then in this case we could have Bernard be the one who stands in this scene. Fragment, if you wanted to, you could as well. But this is sort of like the last closeout scene. You know, it opens up and we are back in we're back in PAX HQ here, and you are being, we know that someone is being sworn in because we see both Agent Halver and we also see Director Avalon. That are here, and then we just see, I don't know, you'd be in like dress shoes, you'd have like shiny black shoes, Men in Black style, whatever, Bernard, and if either of the rest of you, it sort of like pans up, so we're not quite sure who's taking the whatever the agent role, but it goes over to Agent Halver, who's doing the swearing in, and Director Avalon is the one who is there. He's sort of like smiling and proud, very beaming. He has that rich glow about him, almost even more so, like a very like the sun rising kind of glow, and then Halver almost has a glow like a cold winter's moon kind of a thing going on.
And my in my head, the final like pan is on a pair of hands shaking, like in the emblem, and it kind of pans around, and one of the hands is a fingerless glove with knuckle dusters, and it just cuts to black.
We can have that in just a moment here. So we have that, him, and we have him. There is, some wonderful music going on here. Welcome aboard, Agent. Finally speaks Director Avalon after the swearing in, and we've had this. Now that you're a member of Pacts, I believe it's time to tell you something. The S, as you were wondering. The S stands for... Cut to black, directed by Matt. Thank you for the Heroes Zone presentation, and if this does well enough in the box office, you'll see a sequel. So... Which, by the way, if you all do want to play again, I'm open to running stuff for, returning guests. But I know it's late. I know you all have powered through it. We're way past the usual midnight cutoff. It was the explosive conclusion. Thank you very, very, very much for your patience. I hope it didn't feel too rushed. I always hate the constriction of a short form. But this was a lot of fun, and I'm honored to have you as my players. And Celtic, if you're watching this later in a VOD or something, thank you also for being a part of this. Even though you survived, you'll always be remembered, and we'll miss you. And what happened to that's the post credit is like, what happened to Kincaid? Whatever, his van was still outside behind the gym. So I don't know, like you see like a boot or something step down next to it. Oh, who's by there? Or a can of beans drops. I don't know. It's a fun after credits sequence. We can enjoy it for what it is. But we're going to get going for now. This was a lot of fun. Thank you all very, very, very much. Much love to you. And this week is not a week off, but you'll see. It's the end of something. then we'll stick around for it. Anyway, we're going to get going, so take care, everyone. And we have Monster of the
Night.
Week coming up in October. Look forward to that.